the artist, the scholar, and the sea. Long ago, in a quiet coastal village painted in soft shades of sea and sky, there lived an artist named Eli. He was a gentle soul, with sun-kissed curls and paint-splattered hands, known by the villagers for his murals that brought color to their gray stone homes. He lived modestly with Mira, a passionate scholar who spent her days buried in books and her nights stargazing with longing in her eyes. Eli and Mira loved each other deeply, though they were very different. Eli was content with simplicity, a warm fire, the stroke of a brush, Mira's laughter echoing through their small home. Mira, however, dreamed of something greater. She wanted knowledge, truths hidden in stars, in ancient texts, in forgotten magic. One morning, while Eli was sketching the waves, his line snagged something beneath the tide. He pulled and pulled, expecting driftwood or seaweed, but instead, a radiant golden fish flopped onto the shore. Its scales shimmered with unnatural brilliance, and to Eli's amazement, the fish spoke. "Kind soul," it said, "spare me. I am not truly a fish, but a prince cursed by old magic. If you release me, I shall grant you one wish." Eli, wide-eyed, replied, "I don't want anything. You're free." And with a flick of its tail, the fish was gone. When Eli returned home, Mira was waiting. "You came back empty-handed again?" she asked, half-teasing. Eli chuckled. "I did meet a talking fish who promised a wish, though I let him go." Mira stared at him. "Mouth agape. You what?" "I didn't want anything." Mira laughed, exasperated. "Eli, we live in a shed. You might have asked for a library, or even a proper roof." And so began the first wish. Wish 1. The library. Eli returned to the sea, calling out, "Golden fish beneath the foam, I return to seek your wisdom home." The fish appeared. "Do you now have a wish?" "Not for me," Eli replied, "but for my partner. She wishes for a library. So be it." That evening, their cottage was transformed into a beautiful home, lined with bookshelves from floor to ceiling. Ancient tomes, mystical volumes, illuminated scrolls, all perfectly arranged, glowing with enchantment. Mira wept with joy. They lived happily for a while, learning and creating, but the taste of magic had awakened something deeper in Mira. "I want to share knowledge with the world," she told Eli one evening. "Let's build a school, a true academy of wonders." Eli hesitated, but he loved her too much to refuse. Wish 2. The Academy and the Healer. The second wish brought the Academy of Tides, a grand school built on cliffs overlooking the sea. Students came from across the lands, mystics, scientists, dreamers. Among them was a brilliant young healer named Adam, soft-spoken but sharp-witted, with a mysterious past and an extraordinary gift for listening. Mira was captivated, not romantically at first, but spiritually. Adam understood her thirst. They studied late into the night, side by side, whispering about the stars and time and ancient alchemy. Eli watched them from afar, unsure of his place in this grand new world. His murals were forgotten in the busy halls. He missed the simplicity of his paints, and of Mira, before her heart was pulled in so many directions. Adam, noticing Eli's withdrawal, approached him in the garden one day. "You think you've been left behind," Adam said gently, "but you were the first one she chose." Eli smiled sadly. "And yet I'm the one who feels like a ghost in her kingdom." Adam said nothing, only placed a hand on Eli's shoulder and nodded. Wish 3. The Palace of Time. Soon after, Mira came to Eli once again. "I've seen what's possible," she said. "If we could ask the fish for control over time itself, imagine the discoveries we could make. 1,000 lifetimes of learning." "Mira," Elia said carefully, "we're losing what made this beautiful. It's no longer about us." She frowned. "You don't understand. You never did." Heart heavy, Eli walked alone to the sea, but before he could call the fish, Adam appeared beside him. "Let me ask," he said. "If she won't hear you, maybe she'll hear me." The fish rose once more from the darkening sea. Another wish? Adam asked. She wishes to master time. The fish paused. A dangerous wish, and an impossible burden. And yet the fish granted it. The fall. For a brief time, Mira became a marvel. She could slow hours, revisit memories, even see fragments of possible futures. But power twisted her dreams. Her academy grew cold and structured. Students began to fear failure. Curiosity became calculation. Eli couldn't reach her, and when he tried, she snapped. You were always happy to stay small, but I want to become legend. You were already everything to me, Eli whispered. And now, I don't even recognize you. When Mira demanded to stop death itself, the fish refused. You do not seek knowledge anymore. It said, you seek dominion. That path leads only to ruin. In a storm of waves and light, the academy crumbled. The palace turned to sea foam. All that remained was their old shack, waiting by the shore. Returned to the beginning, Mira awoke in Eli's arms on the beach. Adam sat nearby, meditating silently, the tide lapping at his feet. What have I done? Mira whispered. You reached too far. Eli said. But you're here now. They rebuilt slowly. Mira apologized not only to Eli, but to herself, for chasing power instead of purpose. She and Eli reopened the academy, smaller this time, built from driftwood and stone, where children came to learn not just science and magic, but art and kindness. Adam stayed with them, becoming a healer to the soul as much as the body. The three of them, Mira, Eli, and Adam, found a rare and quiet harmony. Not a triangle of desire, but a circle of love, friendship, and balance. The golden fish was never seen again, but sometimes, when the tide pulled back just so, a shimmer in the foam seemed to wink at them like a thank you, or a final goodbye. And so they lived, not as rulers of time or gods of the sea, but as keepers of knowledge, guardians of wonder, and lovers of each other's truest forms.